Hello, everybody. I will give it a moment and wait to see if anybody comes on. Today, I am doing a few things, donation-based healings and messages. Somebody did donate, so they do take precedent. I will also be delivering a general energetic read for the energy at this time. I do have music playing in the background, but I'm not so sure you can hear it. I do own the rights to it, so just in case, I will share that in the chat because I also create Hertz healing music. Good morning, hello. It is still morning, yes. I'm not sure your time, but my time it is. I was looking for my Danburite crystal. I may have lost it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know where it was. So it was almost late because of that, but I am here. I think I'm still on time. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. I was using it the other day. I had it with my sunstone, and now it's like, poof. So I don't know. Maybe it served its purpose. I don't know. We'll see if it pops up. But what's up, everybody? So my name is Juniper Blue Mystique. I am an Ascension Master, Master Healer, and Divine Guide. I have spent 4 years, like a lot of people, right, having an awakening, having strange happenings. But mine turned out to be a little different. So I do talk about it because it's a necessity. 3333. Had a Kundalini awakening in 2019. Then from there, I started doing things I didn't know that I could do, like healing people, energetically traveling. Some people call it remote viewing. I say it's more than that. I started doing that. Started doing healings on people. That just happened to me. I didn't learn how. It's part of the master in me. That is true. I didn't just pull these titles out of thin air. It was spirit saying, these are you. And I'm like, what? These are me. And they're like, yes, they are. And then I would have to process that and learn that and awaken to that. So it's really how it went down. And then I started doing things to the earth. And it turns out my part was bringing about the return of Christ. The process of that was I rose Atlantis. I had died there, and apparently some children also. And I tried to save them in that lifetime, and it didn't work. So I had wrote a contract. I cleared that, and I rose Atlantis. I did that sitting on Saturn with Hermes. That was out of the blue and random. Then from there, I cleared Mount Shasta, which was not of light at all. This is one of the most amazing aspects to me, is because a lot of people would go to Mount Shasta to do spiritual cleanses and things, and they thought that it was quite connected to an energetic ley line, but it was actually false. That was where the false veil was. So you hear about the false veil and all that. I undid that. I cleared Mount Shasta in 2 waves. The wave 1, I undid contracts all the way back to Abraham Lincoln, removed all kinds of souls that were trapped there, and more. I had to cleanse the root chakra and prep it to be returned to Fiji. Then I went to Fiji and I activated pyramids there, which I had no idea what that meant either. To activate pyramids is not like what you think. It's not just going there to do a healing or to feel the energy. I literally activated pyramids I didn't even know existed. From Indonesia, Myanmar, Budapest, Machu Picchu, Thailand, Brazil, Congo, Mount Kilimanjaro, British Columbia. It's all on the videos on my channel. And all of that was a part of my awakening. Then from there, I started my twin flame journey, which I didn't even know I had. I woke him up, met him, started battling for his soul. In the process, freed Jesus' soul. I saw how he died. That came through in a healing. He didn't die on a cross. He was murdered, and that's why they call it the Last Supper. And so I freed his soul first. And then I think it was 2 years later when I resurrected on Christmas Day last year. I returned Jesus and Mary Magdalene's soul like this. It did what my twin flame and my soul did during my journey. Then I undid the false Holy Grail. That was really cool. That's not a cup, but they give you little truths, little tidbits of truth. So all of that, there was a lot more. Cleared 4444. Cleared denial, processed the earth's death and birth, closed all 12 gates off, opened up the 13th, which is actually heaven, and that is the new earth, okay? So that is who I am. It's a little different. I could talk about that for hours, and it's all proven on this channel. Everything's been recorded and witnessed. So I do encourage you to watch it because it is the truth. It is where we're going and where we came from and what is happening. And this is the Great Reset. People call it Judgment Day. There's a lot of fear with that. But God doesn't judge. Okay. It's you reap what you sow. So clear your karma, clear your shadow, right? Okay. So yeah, you go girl. That was just a little bit of what I've done, you guys. The actual path home it took me 4 years to do. It took me 4 years to undo what it took them lifetimes to create. And I didn't know I was doing it until the end. I mean, I knew I was doing it, but I didn't know what I was doing. you know? Like I was like, why are we going here? We're like, I don't know. And then I would just do things to the earth and it would actually like reciprocate back. Something would happen. And we were like, whoa. And it just kept going. And we were like, whoa. And now I'm like, whoa, take a look. And everybody's like, yeah, right. And they don't click play. But if you click play and you watch the videos, you're going to be like, whoa, this is crazy. The return of Christ was real. God fulfilled his promises. The question is, are you listening? Right? Are you listening? Are you aware it's a battle for your soul? So that is who I am. It's very strange. So I do healings very differently. I did have somebody donate. So if the one who donated is here, I just need a comment in the chat of a hello. So I know you are here and we will get going on your healing. But I will tell you is if you are doing a healing with me, I don't want to know anything. I don't, a lot of people do that automatically. And maybe because other people do want to know. They might ask a lot of questions, but I don't. I don't necessarily want to know what your ailments are. My healings are not limited. So they are quite all over the place. I do see the insides of your body. That's just the way it is. Talk about a nice little x-ray machine in my head. So I say things. I am, however, not a doctor. I'm a master healer. The work that I do doesn't always coincide with medical aspects. So medications can block things. So that is who I am. But I would never say go against your better instincts, trust your gut. If you feel like you need other opinions and things on what comes up, by all means, get them. If I mention something during a healing, it's because I can heal it. So a lot of times, too, that can spark fear. If all of a sudden I say something and it's like a medical thing and we're like, whoa, it's because I'm healing it. Okay. Nice. Sweet. So good morning, Brenda. She is the one who is getting a healing today. So that is kind of how I roll. I don't know anything about you. I usually don't. Even people I do healings on repeatedly. When we channel, if you're with somebody who truly channels, they don't remember everything and you don't want them to. Right? Like a true healer, somebody who's truly channeling, I don't want to remember everybody's personal business. So I am just a pure vessel. Even as the master healer, I know how to heal with light. But I use God's light, right? Like I don't use my light. I use the energy God provides, the gift that God gives. And so everything is through your free will. Healing happens in layers. So what is best for you always comes through. So we may think that, hey, I need this healed. What we don't realize is where I went will begin that process of healing it. Okay. It's the gift that keeps on giving. The light is very real. So it takes time. It takes time to process through your system. You can have symptoms. That is quite common for those who've gotten healings from me before, do have symptoms afterwards because it's real. What I do is I draw the light in and it pushes out the muck, right? So the healing does begin to occur. So be open, pay attention to everything I say because it's also in your own hands, right? So for instance, if I'm like, hey, dude, you need arugula or you need something in your diet, those recommendations are quite beneficial and part of your journey at best, right? So take the notes, use what I say wisely, and be open. And that's all I ask. If you have questions, always ask in the end. Yes, and Becca says, drink a lot of fluids. It does hit you pretty hard. So Becca's had a healing with me as well. She says, drink lots of fluids. It hits you pretty hard because I use Christ light and it's real healing. So you can feel like you are a little worse before you feel better because your body has to purge that. Okay. Lisa says, I agree. All right, y'all. So I'm going to get going if she's ready. Now, when you donate for a healing, I fidget with cards a lot of times just because I do channel. So sometimes I pull those too. And I have my soaps here because I opened up my shop again and I've been uploading soaps. So hopefully those don't get in the way. Uploading soaps. Do you like that? The digital upload of the soaps I create. Aren't these cute? Like, look. I'm back in the soap game, y'all. Oh, they're so good. These are healing soaps. Oh, they have like improved just like everything I'm doing. All right. So that is what I've got going on. Again, I go kind of fast. You have the recording. This should be always available for you to see. So feel free to look back on it if you need to. Usually when I do a session, I record it for you to give it to you because I won't remember. Like I said, I'm channeling. So I don't remember. I don't want to remember. But that way you don't have to write it all down. It is on the video. But if you want to write things down, feel free to if you're receiving the healing. I can't send you a recording on the live, but you can always go back and look at it because I go fast. I say a lot of things and I tend to be all over the place. So at no time do I want you to be in angst. Again, everything is through free will. Okay. So if you have deep, dark secrets you don't want me to know, I won't know. I can only know what God wants me to know and what your higher self agrees to. Okay. And you can screen record, like Lisa says. She does that, I think, from time to time too. So you can screen record it. So I'm going to get ready to start. I do burp for connection and a release. That is one of the worst things that I feel like I do because it's disgusting, right? But it's a natural thing that we do to release. So it's better than being drenched in sweat like I used to be. However, now I'm belching in people's ears. But that is normal, so don't freak out for that too. If I take on symptoms and emotions, I do it to release them. Okay. I am safe. All right. So I call on the creator of all that is and all the angels too. For the healing and the purpose to benefit you, Brenda. This is for you. I know nothing about you, so I just call on it forth to be here in the best interest of you for the highest and best of all, so that God can show us and to provide healing today for whatever it is you need healing for. So I always call in the creator first. I did already light my candle and set up a protection, but I will do it again. So I call in the creator and all of the angels because a lot of times Jesus will step in with me and do these. But usually I do them alone, but I always open up the door. So from time to time, angels will come in with messages and healing too. It just depends on what is for you. So I'm already at like your. So I do again call in the highest light in and highest light out, a protection of love and bubble all around for this healing for myself and for you. I already did that, but I do want you to hear me do that. This is a space of safety and love. No judgment is allowed. God can always see our heart and know that what we can handle. Okay. So I remove all angst. There's a little bit of anxiousness. Like I don't know what to expect. And so I'm like heightened senses. And so I'm just literally calming. I'm calming the energy, calming the energy. I'm drawing down light from the heavens above. It's like this beautiful golden white light with a little bit of a yellow hue. So it's very golden. It's very yellow-esque. A lot of this. So already I'm kind of tuning into the fact that you're low on vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin E, and your iron is off. So I'm seeing that before I even get into your body. Right away, I'm hearing that. So I'm drawing the light down through your upper chakra systems. I have to open you up. This is what they're saying. I have to open you. Like I'm nervous. And there is a stagnant energy that is in you. It's like something is stuck. Something hasn't moved. I'm not sure if it's from trauma or an event that occurred that just kind of jarred you so much you started standing still a little bit. Sometimes subconsciously, right? Energy is a sneaky booger. And then something about your career and finances is also coming up in your energy. Like, I have a question with it. I have choices to make. Changes are upon me, and I have choices to make. So that's also coming out here. But I'm going to draw the light down. So I'm having to plump up your energy, your aura. Some people call it your bubble. The energy is around you is like I feel defeated. I'm quite flattened. I'm out of balance with my self-love game. Like, I feel like I give a lot, almost like a businesswoman, right? Like, I'm constantly go, 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 go. I'm making sure everything's taken care of. Like, I feel like if it weren't for me, everything would fall apart, but I'm absolutely depleted. I'm deflated. I'm depleted. Nobody gives back what I'm putting out. I'm not getting my return, right? And that's how I feel. And so I'm in your bubble, I'm in your energy, and I need my return. I need love. I need sunshine. I need laughter. I need joy. I need to know that when I leave, like, somebody's going to be able to take care of this. That's what I need to know. And I'm in your energy. So this is going on with you. It's like, I need to know that somebody can handle this stuff. Why do I feel like I'm the only one who can handle this? And so that is rising in your energy. It's time to make choices based off your happiness and your joy and the solutions for what is best for you. That's number one. So I'm pumping up your energy in your bubble, and I'm trying to go into your crown chakra, but it's like blocked. I can't. I just need to get in to ground you. It's okay. I just need to drop the energy in and ground you. You're like, this is weird. This is a little foreign. Very guarded. This is weird. It's just weird. I keep hearing that. But that's okay. I'm starting to get in a little bit. I promise everything is okay. It's all divinely guided from the highest light possible, highest sources possible. I'm strange. I'm not normal. The whole thing is strange, but it's okay. It's beautiful. It's a blessing. It's a gift, and it's profound. So let's just look at those words. And slowly I'm letting the light into my crown, opening that up to the universe around you. It is going to start allowing you to see things beyond what meets the eye. And I hear like astronomy and astrology. The moment I go into your crown, you are connected in that sense. I don't know if you're aware of that or not. Numbers, planetary alignments, the ins, the outs, and the whys, like, right? Like, you're very intrigued by people's personalities. Why do they do these things? Why do they do that thing? What is the mixture that makes them? And this also coincides with that. So I'm drawing the light down now into the third eye. Still a little hesitation as I go towards the throat. Ugh. I'm relaxing a little bit more. It's like this is a little bit, what's the correct word? I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. So I'm not really scared, but it's like, what is happening? So I'm going in further now with the light through the throat and into the heart space. These are chakra systems. They're energetic. People call them discs. I don't really resonate with that, but there's like an energetic vortex within your system that actually does connect to the universe. You know how they say the universe is inside of all of you? Well, that's essentially it is. We're energy, just like our planetary alignments are energy, and every disc or every energetic center connects with the other to make the world around you work, to connect with the energies, to be the complete you. Excuse me, they wanted me to give you that explanation. So going down from the heart space now, more to the solar plexus. So I'm going to go quickly on the return because I need to come back up. So I'm going down from the solar plexus towards the navel, the sacral, the root chakra area, and I'm just drawing the light down so that I can ground you. And I'm drawing the light through your legs and your feet and just into the earth. I'm not going to take your connections too deep because it would probably be too much. But I am going to take your connections into the layers of the earth, the water, the rock layer, and slightly into the crystalline grid. Just like slightly in, and then they're going to tree root out and just really anchor you into the earth. Like, I need a vacation. Like, I need time. I need clarity. I need time to ponder, but I need time myself. Like, and I don't want to feel guilty. There's a lot of that. People pleasing, the leader, right? The glue. Okay, so I'm going to draw the light up now from the earth to your feet, into your ankles, to your calves, to your knees, to your thighs, to your hips, going into like the gallbladder, my kidneys. Gut health also is a focus. So I'm going into the intestinal tract. I have to go up the backside. So I'm going up like the colon. Um, there is like a little polypy tissue there, three of them, like about three little like polypy tissues in there that I'm going to be removing. And you may have had a camera, you may have had an appointment before. I don't know. I feel like this is not like I'm not necessarily a foreign invader, right? Like this has been a focus before, or of a concern, or of a talk, or at least in the mind. But I am drawing the light up through your colon and into your intestines. I am removing there are three polyps. One is very small. It's like just now forming. And then I am hearing like water, like the acidity of the whatever you're putting in matters. So alkaline water would be good. I don't know if you do that already. If you do, great. But if not, you definitely need some alkaline water. It's pH balanced. It's a little bit more sensitive for your system because your pH is off. Gallbladder, like kidney stones, gallbladder area. Um, like almost like gout. Like I have like my acidity is off. So it's affecting my whole entire system. And water retention, like my ankles are swollen, my feet are swollen, and so I'm drawing the energy out of there. I don't know if you've had a vaccine. I am reading something in your system, but I don't feel like you're like I can't necessarily heal it yet. So I'm going to bypass, but there's some things that I have to do in the lungs, like a little bit of gray matter in the lungs. It's almost like a gray cloud. It's towards like the midline of the lungs, like a gray cloud. So I'm removing that. Then there's this cloud that's going up into the head space. I would have to have like full permission to remove all toxins within the system, but I feel like that's just too much to ask at this point. So what I am able to do is bypass some of it and remove some of it, but not all. So I'm in the lungs and I'm removing this gray matter from the lungs. I can't say though it won't develop again because of the trigger, but I am removing it, clearing it, I'm removing it. It's like I just can't quite catch a breath. I can't quite catch my breath. And then I'm going into the throat, to the thyroid, but also the lymph nodes. So I'm going to do a lymph node drainage. But I'm going to throw up. So the lymph node is very thick, very mucousy. Even into my ears, like they're very thick, they're very mucousy. Sometimes I can't hear right. I almost want to say it's like an immune defense, like when you have allergies, like everything is heightened defense and is trying to they would call that like an autoimmune disease, but I wouldn't call it a disease. I feel like your body is just responding to an invader. It doesn't know what to respond to. And so it does everything all at once. That's this mucus. That's what this is telling me. But even in my lymph nodes, I feel like it's like high in leukocytes. Like I might be or have battled some kind of infection recently, like a bacterial, some kind of foreign invader. My body is like the flu. I don't know. I gotta go back to the lungs. So I'm removing more of like this cloud from the lungs. At the bottom, there's some mucusy, but towards the center is like this cloud. So it's like very dry at one point, but very mucusy at another. Excuse me. And then I keep going back to like gout. Um, and and like has to do with like the fluids, the imbalance of the acidity, things like that within the system. Ugh. And forgive me, I am all over. I have to go back to the colon and draw more light up through the colon and through the intestines, going all the way up the intestinal tract. So I'm like drawing this light all the way up the intestinal tract. And I'm softening everything so that it can move, it can loosen, and it can regulate more. Especially with like the at the bottom of the colon side, like I almost want to say there's like scar tissue there, or where I'm removing these polyps is a little scar tissuey. Either way, we want everything soft. Everything needs to be tight muscles like it can when it needs to, but also soft and pliable and movable. And that's what we want. I need to like calm the entire system down, drawing the light through. And like this mucousy layer. So this mucousy layer is causing you to not be absorbent. So probably why you're low in all your like vitamins. Because I see that. I see you're low in vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin C. It's just not absorbing. So I could take a pill, but it's not going to help me because it wasn't absorbing. I have to do a liver and kidney flush. Going back to the ears, and I'm like cleansing the canal. Whoa, my ear actually popped. Like I can hear. Mm. Um, and then what's interesting is like I went to your veins, but I went to your veins in your arm. Um, and then I'm also drawn to the heart. So I'm not quite sure all of what I'm getting at. It's like the heart, I see the veins in the arm and they're quite constricted. So maybe my blood isn't flowing like it should be. High blood pressure, my heart's trying to work overtime. And then I'm tuning into the cholesterol. So I need to go in and um, there's a couple things. So there's like this plaque on one of the valves that I'm slowly removing. I've done this before, but I have to go like in layers. It's like I'm using this light and I'm slowly removing this plaque on the valve, the aortic valve, but I'm also hearing like vena cava. So I am doing some healing on the heart. Um, the ebb and flow, the tissue in the bottom, I'm cleansing it out. So we don't want any enzymes. We don't want anything like that. It's a, like, I don't want to say it's heated because that doesn't make sense. It just feels like it's a little overworked. Like I'm working hard, but the issue is my veins are not open enough. So at times I'm not getting enough blood supplies to certain areas, especially like my hands. I don't know why I go to your hands, but I go to the hands. So I'm kind of like I'm going to the heart, then to the bone marrow, but then also to the venal structure. Um, and then I keep hearing vena cava. So I'm cleansing the entire structure, wherever it points for me to go of the heart space. There's a few different things I'm doing. And then there's like this mucusy around it too. And it might be tied to some of my lung congestion. So I'm in the heart. I'm in the heart. I'm working the heart. I'm working the heart a lot. I'm sending a lot of light to the heart. There's some plaque that I was clearing off. It's not like it was 100% closed or anything. Um, and then the vena cava. So doing a lot of healing in this area. And then to the fatty tissue of the heart, the muscle. Drawing light through there, and I'm causing the heart to like almost reset, slow down, reset, focus, relax, breathe. Those are the best words that I can use. And as I'm doing this, I immediately have to go to your kidneys. So as I'm doing the heart work, I have to go to the kidneys and flush them out. Flush them out, flush them out, flush them out, flush them out. And you might actually feel this for a couple days, or you might have felt that you needed it. I don't know, but I'm getting a little bit like back pain on my backside, like mid to lower back, kind of on both sides, but one can be more dominant than the other, and it just feels funky. And that's the kidneys. They are all related. So as I'm cleansing the heart, I have to filter it through the kidneys. I have to filter it out. I have to filter it out. I have to filter it out. And then I'm drawing more light up through the colon. And then again, I'm going to the arm and the blood flow into the hands. I'm opening up some of the veins, like I'm widening them for the blood flow. Like my blood flow is messed with, my cholesterol's off, but it's like I'm not so sure that's diet based necessarily. I feel like it has to do with what was going on with everything else. So it was in balance. Your heart was not it was definitely in need of some love, the kidneys, the liver as well, but I'm more drawn to the kidneys. Um so I feel like all of that together is what messed with the cholesterol, is what is messing with the cortisol, is what is messing with the other things. And there's some hormone releasing that needs to occur. I don't know what mitochondrial is. I just heard it. But I'm sending some more light through the blood system into the heart, into the bone marrow. So a lot of times the bone marrow helps the body to reproduce fresh blood, but also can strengthen the bones and things. So usually when I go there, that's what that's for. A little bit more on the lymph. So I'm pushing the lymph node, draining it through, right? So down towards like my breast area and down towards and out. Now I get a little bit like tender, sore in my breast. My breast doesn't feel so great. Um, I feel like this is lymph node stuff. As I'm trying to pull it around the breast area, it's like really thick, almost like a blockage. Okay. So I have to go back to the heart again. I'm going through the colon, up through the colon with another round of light, making sure it's all nice and clean and fresh and light and just a solid tube, right? No destructions, no scar tissue, like a prone to scar tissue there. Whatever it is, I don't want it messing with your BMs anymore with that. Drawing some more light in through the throat, into the ear canal, the auditory canal through the throat. That's in a sense the fact that I have to go through the throat to the auditory canal is important to say. That I it's like through my throat into my auditory canal. Uh, Everything's connected, right? So you know how our nose will drain, we can go and taste it into our throat. All of that is connected. And so I'm clearing kind of, I don't know how else to say this, almost like clearing out the passageways. I have to connect them clearly. They need to be cleared. Hmm. And then a pituitary gland, but then I also heard the epiglottis. So I'm up into the brain area, but underneath. The amygdala, the so there's a few things in there that I'm sending light into. I'm sending light into them. I need to it's a little like I don't want to say it was dormant, but I like to like need to respark the connection. Wake it up, move it, shake it up. Hello, I'm here. Like, you know what I mean? Like it needs it's hard to explain what I see sometimes. So I'm sending light into the tissues of the brain, into the functioning aspects of the entire brain, right? The pituitary gland, the epiglottis, the amygdala, um, even by the brainstem area, all of this is just getting heightened. It's like a little bit of um, I can't tell if it's just brain fog from other things or if there's something else going on here. But the glucose is coming in, so I'm doing a glucose measure, like causing the brain to be receptive to it and the things that need to produce the correct glucose to do so. A little bit of a hormone surge or release, but everything also has to be receptive. And then I have to go immediately back to the heart. I have to go immediately back to the heart. So, like, I've had symptoms, lethargic, I've had some weird pains, I've had some, like, heart palpitations, but my lungs get congested. These symptoms are or some your body was trying to tell you things. I definitely needed to be here. I needed to be here today. I needed to be in my heart. I needed to be here. This was something important. It's like your body was telling you things, but sometimes we don't see them or, we just chalk it up sometimes, or we don't quite put it together, right? But I feel like your body was throwing you some signals. This is something you need to pay attention to. Minimalize the stress, create more self-love into your flow, no matter what that means. Take an hour off at night, do whatever you gotta do, just relax more, relax the heart, let go of stress, calm the mind, find joys in the moment. Your heart needs some love, just some absolute love. So, like, stress eating, anything like that has to go. It needs absolute love. I wouldn't say change your diet too much, but definite balance. Anything can go out of balance. So bring some balance in there. And some other things, like you can make some other choices, seltzer water, things like that. Your diet isn't too constricting. I don't feel like it's too big of an issue. I feel like the biggest issue is the stress on the body and the need of balance and the need of support. Because you're a powerhouse, right? Like I'm the leader, the mates, like I carry a lot of weight on my shoulders. Listen to your body more. So it's like turning that compass inward. Pay attention to the signals. Use everything your body says as a sign to do something. I just need to relax. She needs water. I need nurturement, right? Self love, self care. I'm setting another round of light through the kidneys, through the urinary tract system, gallbladder, my intestines, and slightly into my stomach. Not too bad in the stomach. my lungs, my heart, my lungs and my heart, my lungs and my heart. So I'm going from like the lungs to the heart, putting a lot of light here. So this is going to cause you to see things a little clearly, to pay more attention to your body because you're going to feel things in ways you're like, whoa. From there, you can make decisions on what is best for you. Okay, that's what's always make decisions on what is best for you. You should be able to feel into your body more than anybody, right? And we should be able to know, like, hey, I need something, or hey, this doesn't sound right. Something's not feeling right. Trust those instincts, but take your power back. Colon, I'm going back to the colon again and doing another round of light through there. That was also an important part of it. But I feel like the biggest part of importance was the lungs and the heart space. And then the ear got a lot of like mucus removal. Lymph node drainage was a necessity as well. That will continue to filter and drain, and you might feel it. You could feel tired, a little bit lethargic, super hungry, or nauseous. It just depends on how your body responds to everything. With the heart, it can definitely have some responses to the body. So just be mindful, relax, listen to your body. That's all you can do. Listen to your body. Make sure you're drinking lots of water, and resting if your body calls for rest. Because I did a lot of healing on your heart, more than you know. So you could get tired and you could need the rest. So just listen to your body. Some of the things were connected, the swelling in the feet and the ankles, like a water retention a little bit. Um, your heart just needed some love for sure. Your pH was off, so just be mindful of that. Watch your water sources, um, and just balance in your diet. And then I keep getting the feeling, so I keep hearing like the song Freebird, and I get the feeling that you're like a powerhouse, you're the glue. And it would help you to feel like there's somebody you can count on that can hold the responsibilities that you can. And Spirit says the more that you actually let things go and allow them to fall where they may, the more you're going to see that everything's okay. Um, kind of a thing. It's that I have a hard time letting go of the reins, so that I can even see that everything can be okay. I feel like there's people who can handle more than we think they can, but we have to allow that to take hold. Sometimes people have to learn, and that's okay too. Trust, trust your instincts, trust yourself, but also those around you that you know you can. Give them a little more rein, at least the right ones. And I don't know why I'm seeing this, but if I don't tell you what I'm seeing, then I'm not doing you justice on your healing. So I do see a horse, and there is something called like horse therapy where they energetically touch. So there's some trauma here. We need some like trauma therapies, some release, some deep emotional release, and a spiritual. You have a spiritual connection. So they're showing me through the animals, like you do connect to them, you can hear them, you can feel them. And so the more you tune into those kinds of energies of love, the more it will help you to connect to that side of yourself and truly begin to release some of those wounds. Some of those wounds you don't quite even realize are there. Like they're very deep. I do feel like a masculine presence, so they might also be some father healing that's needed, those kinds of things. But for some reason with you, I do see like horse therapy. Um, does that mean that you are a horse whisperer? There is a side of that, right? Those of us who can attune to animals can heal through them. Okay, so take that for what it's worth. nature, nurture, love, support. But as far as the physical vessel, they're already kind of pulling me out. So I've done enough. Like they end the sessions. I don't. I am starting to be drawn out. So there's not too much more I can do right now that your body won't go into overload. Give it some time to filter all that through. See if there's anything else they have to say or want to do or want you to know. Your aura is going to continue plumping out. Your body needs time to adjust. So it could be like a little bit more down and then finally up. So just give it time to rest. Be mindful. Pay attention to the nudges your body gives you. Okay, listen to them. Our body knows best. Don't hesitate. Don't question them. Lots of water and rest. If you feel the skipping beats, by all means, I'm not a doctor, but you will feel some things. If you don't trust it and you feel like it's an emergency, you can absolutely call a doctor, but you might feel some things to your heart space. And I would say it's okay, but take your own power, okay? Do what you need to do. All right, so I'm going to start removing your energy from mine, pulling back all of my energy from you. Hello. Sorry, coming out of a healing. Welcome if you just joined. I was doing a live healing. I'm trying to come out of it. Naturally, they go about 45 minutes. So that was right about on target there. Brenda says, thank you. That was incredible. It's a lot. So feel like we said, you could have recorded it or yeah, that was awesome. And it's a lot to process. So give it some time. So many things come out in those and they're layered. All healing is done in layers, just like all ailments are created in layers. So it would be super easy if we could do everything all at once. But honestly, the fact that it's very real, that would probably be too jarring on the system at times. So I'm glad everything is in layers. So just listen to the body. Okay. That was really awesome. I'm glad you were here. It was a lot of fun. How is the energies for everybody going on right now? Does anybody have any Q&As for me? I'm going to see if there was anything else that came through. So I'm not seeing anything. I just want to make sure. Lisa says, doing okay here. Our 21 days is over. It's like so empty. Definitely strange energies. I don't know. I've been riding the wave, right? Are you guys riding the wave? The energies are quite strange, so I'll do kind of a collective read before I end this one out. I don't see any other donations coming through, and that's okay. Do a collective message here. Let me pull out this deck. The healing live yesterday was so nice. Thank you. I know our daily meditations are golden. We went through a lot on those 21 days too. Oh my goodness me. Those 21 days were quite intense and then just Oh man, they were amazing. I love the way everything unfolds and the way everything kind of comes out when we just surrender, right? Because I never know what's going to come in all of those. We just go with it, and then it's mind blowing. I love the things that come through, and it's always something to do with the earth and the ascension, and it's cool. Right now, yeah, I feel a lot lighter too since we finished them. And the healing yesterday was really nice too. Actually, yesterday I felt like this big shift. I did one on Facebook yesterday. Some might have joined me for that. But I felt like this big shift, not just for those that joined me, but also the collective soul. So the collective energy is definitely detaching more and more and more from the matrix every day. I don't know if you can feel it. There is some energy of like confusion with it, right? Because it just feels like so foreign. So we tend to like our comfort zones. Um, yeah, absolutely, you can check it out. It was just a healing at Fiji live on Facebook yesterday. Um, but we tend to get so used to our comfort zones, and when things change and we don't know how to navigate or what is happening, our body can kind of go into like freeze mode, right? Like shock mode. Like, what is this? So the more that you can heal, the more that you can ride the waves, the more that you can tune in, the more that you understand your body, how energy works, the better off you are right now. These energies are shifting and changing. And I love it when cars just fly out everywhere. Yo, I wasn't even pulling yet. That's not it. And they're smart energies. Um, that's something I talked about recently. Hang on, sorry. How the energies are smart. It's like a Kundalini awakening, right? It has a mind of its own. They're very smart energies. They know what they need to do. And so we can't control them, but we can ride them. And that's what we have to learn more and more and more is okay, co-creation at its finest and a whole different world, right? Co-creation in a whole different world now. I have to learn how to read the energies. I have to know what's going on with my body. I need to have all my power. That's true. The new earth is all about that. We can't be attached to anything that doesn't belong. We have to be able to know what wave to ride. They're quite intense. They're quite smart. And it's about growing, right? Like, how many of us have lessons coming our way right now? If we're not willing to up our game and to develop as a person, as a soul, what are we doing? We're kind of wasting the energies. So they should be about growing as a person, learning lessons, becoming a better version of you every day. That's truly what these energies are about. They're trying to get you to do that, because it's karmic lessons based. That is the return. That is the ascension. That is what the return of Christ is about. How do we become now the purest versions of ourselves? The totality of who we are, who we were always meant to be through God's eyes. Letting go all of the falsehoods. Like, we're all powerful creators, right? We are all very powerful creators. There is magic in you. You have abilities in you that have been dormant for quite some time. Not only dormant, but we've been cut off from them in very big ways. So these energies are designed to help us learn lessons, learn new things, look at ways and look at things in new perspectives. And to utilize the energies to heal, to grow, and to become a better version of ourselves through love, through the lens of love. Okay. That's really what these energies are about right now. So I'll kind of pull some cards on them too, just to see what they say for a general read for the collective soul. Like, personally, like, I mean, sometimes we're not always happy with these lessons. They're not meant to be easy. So Spirit wants me to talk about that too. It's not meant to be easy. These are tough lessons. These are tough energies for a reason, because if we're not willing to rise in them, they can cause us to fall, right? So you have to be strong through them, be strong in them, and gusto, like moxie, right? The word moxie is coming to mind. Set healthy boundaries. That did come out. Understanding boundaries. I'm been finishing this course on boundaries. It actually was more detailed than I thought it would be. There really truly is a difference between spiritual boundaries and logical or psychological boundaries. And understanding what those are, understanding the difference of them, understanding how to have boundaries, how to set boundaries. Because I had somebody tell me, because I was talking about, prosperity, the course that I have, Balance for Prosperity. And in it, I teach you how everything is energy. And if we are not open in the new earth, you can't create. And they were like, but I know people whose chakras aren't open and they're rich. And I'm like, well, that's not the new earth. That's the old ways. That's third dimensional reality, not 7D. In 7D, everything is energetically based. And so if we're not in balance in our energy from our heart center, if we don't know how to set healthy boundaries, we don't know how to let it shine, right? Our heart shine from our heart space, 555333. There's been a lot of synchronicities on this videos. This video is definitely a necessity. Not only for the one that got the healing, that was a necessity, but for something else too. But dream the world into being, right? We are truly creating our reality. You're a powerful creator. And that's what they would use against you in the media, right? Yay, 1111 her time. That's what they would use against you in the media. Um, so like it's important. It's just really important to understand boundaries, to let your light shine from the heart space. Dream the world into being. Whatever you want to create, yeah, that's what we have to focus on. And watch your words. This is big, watching our words. Watching our words. I have to watch my words. I will still have a home so I can continue my appointments, right? Watch our words. Literally spell casting at its finest. Certain words are going to actually fall from our energetic base because they are part of the matrix. What they would do is they would use God's light, they would use all of creation against you. Okay. The one thing, you have witches, you have voodoos, Wiccans, all these different people who claim to be, they use energy, right? And they're all just different titles. Good example is like speaking tongues to light language. And so just because people can do things doesn't mean that they were doing it through the light, but it was all part of the light. Good morning, good afternoon. So we're going to come to understand that. It's like what things are being done outside of the light, but they all belong to the light, right? We have to be mindful of that. Be very careful what we say, what we speak, what we do. Make sure you are dreaming your world into being. The energies are different. I cannot lie. They are so different. Some of us have walked into the new earth. I have walked a few through the gates, and I'm not kidding you that when we do that, it's life changing. You can't do things the way we used to do them anymore. Things are changing in our existence, and it's just truly about being in your power through the eyes of God, through our higher self version. It's a rebirth into that. Okay. And so that hopefully will help understand what is going on in the ascension. These energies are very smart. They're individual. We are all on a little bit of an individual path because we all have different lessons to learn. And these are lessons of soul growth. And those are the only possibilities to get to the other side, right? Into the new earth. So pay attention to that. Progress is not always noticeable until after you sit in stillness, right? Like you work so hard, it feels like nothing's getting done. And then you finally take a break, take a bath, take a relaxation, and you sit back and you go, holy crap, look how far I came. So honor your progress today. What that means is take a step back and celebrate. Take a moment to just be like, dude, I worked hard. I worked very far. I'm going to have my pizza. I'm going to have my soda. I'm going to sit right here and I'm going to celebrate. Okay. I can attest to that. Lisa says yes. So do that. It's a necessity before you can move on to the next step a lot anyways, right? That's why they call it the void. And then we have healing your inner child. Now, there's a common misconception to what shadow work is. I mean, people get it at a base level. But with healing the inner child, I noticed a lot of people like to go and sit with their child a lot. And I would say don't do that. Allow your child to come to you. We want to heal it. We want to remove it. We want to allow growth into the child, healing into that moment in time. So what it really truly is like a mesh of love from this moment into the one we didn't get it at that moment and bring them into the now. I hope that makes more sense. So healing your inner child means healing to the freedom of allowing yourself to be the person you were always meant to be. Before judgment, ego, and lack of love clouded what we could no longer see. This is one of my favorite cards. I created this deck. I love this card so much. The message is so spot on. Let me read it again. Healing your inner child means healing to the freedom of allowing yourself to be the person you were always meant to be. Before judgment, ego, and lack of love clouded what we could no longer see. That's what happened to us all. This is a really good way to end out the messages because that is what happened. We were clouded, we were lied to, the false veil. A lot of people went against God in that way and didn't even know they were doing it. We didn't even know what this world was. We didn't even know what the power that we had was. And now it's time to rise into that. Okay. So healing your inner child means allowing yourself to be what you were always meant to be, regardless of what other people think of you. Not letting ego and judgment and fear and where we lack love change who you are. That's healing the inner child. Not allowing anybody else's judgment, ego, lack of love cloud what we are supposed to be, what we were always meant to be, and what we are going into again. And you guys need to realize is that I ascended Atlantis too. So even Atlantis, the time of Atlantis is ascending. So we went all the way backwards and now we're going forward from that. It's big. These energies are massive. Okay. So right now you're healing everything all at once. All lives have been combined into this one. And I know that's hard to fathom, but because we won't ever go back to another karmic patterning again. That's what the return is. Okay. That's why the path is truly so important. And I wish people could hear that more. So be mindful. Watch your words, watch your creation. Okay. Dream the world into being, right? Like I have a miracle come, everything's great. Dream the world into being. Let your heart shine. We have to let our light out. We have to be from the heart center. Like this card said, before lack of love clouded what we were to be. And then set healthy boundaries from there. Boundaries can be quite tricky, right? Healthy boundaries are a necessity. Okay. So thank you guys for joining me in this live. Nobody else has sent a donation for a healing or anything like that I can see. I really did enjoy the healing that I got to do today. So I'm just double checking before I end this. Be mindful, mindful, mindful of everything. Everything has to be intentional. Think about it as the play is being written. Your life is being written by everything that you do every day, everything that you choose to grow out of, everything that you choose to see, everything that you choose to create, how much love you choose to bring through, all of those, right? The doors only open when we use the lessons in disguise to open them. This is true of the ascension. When you read the Bible and you compare it to the work that I did, I brought about revelations. In the 12 gates that I closed and the 13th that I opened, this is what I talk about for the path, and this is very, very, very important to understand, is you have to come through lessons. People think you can bypass everything, and you cannot. You have to undo them in your energy. There are 12 gates, 13 gates actually, because they lied, like a lot of things, of lessons, testaments to God. They are all talked about. They're all well known, and they are very real. And that is what we're rising through now. Everybody's on the same path. You're just at different time zones of it because of the karmic patterning, the lessening, the awakening that you need. But we are all making our way home. Okay. That's the end of ways. End of ways outside of God, meaning that we have to align with that energy because it's now been brought back. Okay. And so we have to heal enough into that energy. It's as simple as that. And then it's as complex as that. But everything is doable when you want to. especially when, hey, we actually know the path. We see the path. I know exactly what to do. It's there, right? So there's nothing hidden. Okay. So I hope you all have a very, 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 very beautiful day. I thank you so, so, so much for being with me here today. Um, we're going to keep rocking it forward. I do have another exercise video coming for tomorrow for the week. These, I actually learned that I'm doing more Qigong and Tai Chi and things that I didn't even know I was doing. So on that channel, I will be uploading again soon. I have been uploading a lot more music and all of that. Lisa, yes. So I'm going to actually run to the library and then I will be back in time for your appointment. So you'll get a Zoom link like right before. Sarah is asking when I will do another healing live. So probably next Sunday. I do lives on here every Sunday. And then sometimes I do them on Facebook as well on Saturdays. So those are usually the days of my lives. So you are definitely welcome to join me. Also, you don't have to wait. You can book sessions through my website if you chose to, but I usually do them on the lives on Sundays. Okay? Until then, stay safe. We did complete out the 21 days. They do want me to say this. That was the preparation for the event. So the earth is quite ready. It's quite prepared for this mass amount of Christ light, but that's affecting everybody, okay? So tune in to her, feel her. The other day I said she was going to have a huge release, and she did. There was a 7.4 earthquake, I think today or last night in the Philippines. So she's heating up and expanding and heating up and expanding, and she will continue to do so. Where she chooses to release and expand is all God's work, right? So see you this afternoon, Lisa. Thank you guys for joining me and being here, and I will be uploading videos constantly like I do. Thank you guys. So much love. I'll talk to you later. Oh, and if you are new here, I would encourage you to check out the Ascension playlist. It's not normal that you get to see the resurrection of Christ, get to see pyramid activations, take down the White House, burn Archangel Samael. I've done all of that over the last 4 years. The return of Christ really, truly did happen on this channel, and all witnessed and recorded. It was my own awakening. And you can see that all unfold. So I do encourage you to watch those videos. Drying up the Nile, they talk a lot about things and what that meant, and the 13 gates and the 12 gates and revelations and all of that. Okay? It truly is all on this channel. Brenda says, what is my next step to continue my journey? I'm not sure what journey you're referring to. Spiritual journey. I would just continue listening to your body at this point. Pay more attention to your body and make choices from your power. Okay? From your power. What is in your best interest at this time? Because from a place of love at the heart center is a necessity. Not because of other people, but because of what is best at this time. Okay? Other than that, listen to your body. Okay? Healings like those come in layers. So each time I do them, I dig deeper. Yeah. So what we hit today was a necessity for now. Okay? So give it time to process through. Really do take care of yourself. Drink lots of water. Sometimes salt baths help too. You can do those. If not, soak your feet. Those always help after a healing like that as well. Okay? Thank you guys for being here. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Prayers for everybody. Love to everybody. I'll see you guys later. Bye.